All right, hold on. All right, so when you're normally in the box, right? So this is your normal setup. Guess how you normally would set up. All right, so pretend my hand is the baseball coming. What would you do? So you would hit with your regular batting stance and the way you would normally hit in the box. Right. So that's what I want to hold right there. You see how your front foot you lifted it up and put it back down? So when I say we're going no stride with the drill we're working right now with this bottom hand, you're gonna get to hitting position. Right? So let's clean that up. You're not striding because that's gonna help you develop any more power or generate anything to hit the ball further. You're striding to get to your hitting position. Right? So like right now, the way you're standing like this and you're just kind of like doing it, you're not getting anything from that because that's you're not in any kind of hitting position. You got to get to hitting position, and then we work it because you need to be able to turn your back knee and hit. That makes sense. So these next four, right? Stride, but think of it like hitting position, hold, shift my eyes and attention to the hitting area. Bottom hand works through from there, but I keep my eyes and head here, and I don't track the baseball with my eyes. Think that way. Make sure your front foot is even with that front corner. So if you might have to inch back a little bit, your back foot too. Keep yourself balanced. So like your back foot, bring it back a little bit. Bring your back foot right. Good night. Okay. Hold up. That's 10. Russ. So, swing around over there. Swing around here. So you can see better. All right. So let me start with like this is not. It's not easy, right? So when you get here, right, your stance is a little more upright. So okay, it's fine if you're here. That doesn't matter. Your stance and all that. That's not a big deal. What I need from you though is when you're here, right? I need you to understand. So like I'm working this bottom hand, right? Stride. I'm in hitting position right here. This is what I mean by no stride. So I'm taking the stride part out of it. I'm already in hitting position. Once I get here and I shift my attention to the baseball, I'm not going to let my eyes track the ball. And I'm working through this way, right? So I'm keeping everything here. My chest and everything is staying here. And I'm not allowing my eyes to track the baseball because if I take my eyes and track the ball, I'm going to spin out, number one. Number two, the reason why you're here and you're kind of like hitting the tee and like hitting everything down into the ground is because your bottom hand is working like this way and you're chopping straight down on the top of the baseball, right? So I need you to think of it like I need you to hit through the ball. Don't swing down like this steep on it where like you're standing up here and you're like hitting down on it. I need you to really use your legs. I need you to get in here and I need you to think, I want to maintain posture, be athletic and maintain posture. And I want to stay through the baseball here. All right? Use that white line. Work right along that white line. Your bottom hand, let it work, let it pull right along that white line. A little better. So just remember now, right? So like you're spinning out, right? So the reason why that's happening is because your front foot it's not holding ground, right? So you got to think about it. You got to get a feel for feeling the ground with your front foot. That's where the energy transfer is happening from the ground up, right? So when you get this front foot, when you strive to get the hitting position and you get this front foot in the ground, you got to really push into the ground and hold it as you're turning and rotating on the backside, maintaining this posture where, like I said, your eyes are staying in the hitting area. So I'm going to maintain this athletic posture and I'm working this way. I want to stay through the middle of the field. I don't want to go east to west where I'm pulling towards the third base line. I want to hit everything back through the center field wall. So think, hit through the pitcher, center field, or center field wall. And initiate the swing with your back knee. Your back knee and then your back hip come, the hands will follow. Better. There you go. Better. Switch one time hand. More athletic. Get a little more bend in your knee. Spread your feet out a little bit more where that back foot comes back, right? Because you don't want your front foot to go past that corner. All right, a little better. Stay there. All right, so one thing's for sure, you're a big, strong kid, right? You're not getting anything out of these. Your hips are not working. Everything you're doing is just all arm, upper body, right? So get into your regular setup, right? All right. So what I want you to do is stride. Stride. All right. So you see how your front foot now is up against me, right? So it's not going to go anywhere. What I need you to understand is that when you stride and you get to hitting position, so I want you to go back to where you were. So when we talk about getting the hitting position, I want you to think of it like this. It's hands back, foot down, right? So stride, taking your hand back, getting your foot down, right? So my foot's down. Once you do that and this energy transfer starts, your foot's in the ground. So that energy is going from the foot to the knee to the hip, through your whole body into the bow, right? The swing is initiated when the back knee goes first, right? So your back knee is going to go first. Then once the back knee goes, your back hip is going to follow. So it's the knee, then the hip, then the torso, then the hands, right? Only thing this is doing, now that it's in the ground, this is going to stay stable so that as it's rotating, you don't bail out, your front hip doesn't give where you bail out and end up falling off towards third base, right? So start from the beginning. Hands back, foot down. Back knee turn, back hip turn, keep turning. Then it comes through that way, right? See the difference? Do it again. Do it again. Back knee, back hip, keep turning. Again. Back knee, back hip, keep turning. Again. Do it again. Back knee, back hip. So that's the swing right there. That's what your top hand's doing. Put the bat in your bottom hand. Same thing. Go again. Back knee, back hip. Again. Back knee, back hip. Again. All right. Did you feel like your back leg was getting tired? A little bit though, right? Not gonna be nothing crazy because like we're going through it slow. But the point is that I wanted you to feel that now you see your back leg and hip is working, right? The swings you're taking now when we're working the individual hands, your hips aren't working at all. You're just going, your upper body and your hand is going, right? So that's why I say it's always hips before hands, not hands before hips. When the hands work before the hips, the hands are going to pull you offline. When the hips work first, it keeps the hands in line. That makes sense? So when your hips fire first, by initiating with the back knee, then the hip, and everything comes, that's going to keep your hands and everything in line. When your hands go first, your hands is going to take your hips offline because this isn't going to be, it's not going to be stable in the ground, and you're going to roll, right? So you need the hips to fire before the hands, all right? Working outside, so we're putting the team, setting the team on the outside corner. So we're looking to hit everything middle of the field to right center field. So remember this, your anchor point is always center field, right? So we're working on a pitch away, you can go center field to right center field. Pitch down the middle, you're going center field, left center, or right center. Pitch on the inside, you're going center field to left center, right? But that's if you remember what we just talked about and you're able to keep everything in line and you maintain direction. If your direction is good, that's what's going to allow you to maintain your line and keep this particular pitch that we're working on back through the middle or to right center. Very good. Okay, so now don't get crazy, right? So the swings are better, right? But like I was telling before earlier, when you feel yourself kind of getting into this rotation where you're just going, now you see how you're starting to lose balance. So that's where you got to slow yourself down and say, hey, let me over-exaggerate and lock back in and over-exaggerate, get into my hitting position, and then going. But you don't want to just like start spinning. Good. Rest. So I like what you're doing because like now that we went over it. Now you're starting to become more aware of your lower half moving, right? And that's the key. I need your lower half to move because, like I said, you're a big, strong kid. So imagine now, as strong as you are, naturally, just natural, God-given size and strength, right? You start to operate this swing the way it's supposed to from the ground up. You're gonna hit for a lot of power because you just naturally have it, right? It's just that you got to now learn how to use your lower half because you've never been doing it. And that's where a lot of young hitters especially get in trouble. You guys don't understand how your lower half works, and then you guys end up spinning instead of holding that direction and driving through and driving the baseball. That's where you guys get in trouble. But I like that what you're doing is like you're slowing things down and you're like, hey, being more mindful of your, more like thoughtful of your lower half and making sure that, hey, you're turning that and going. Here we go. It's last five, right? Slow yourself down just a little bit. I don't want you to rush through it. Slow yourself down just a little bit so that swing gets a little more consistent and your lower half is more consistent. Much better. Rest. You don't necessarily have to start with your feet together, right? You can be here, right? And then when you step back, you step back. Right? The main thing is you want to give yourself room that when you step back, you put yourself like if you would normally set up with your front foot, even with that front corner, you're gonna move up about 3 to 6 inches, so that when you step back, that 3 to 6 inches, and you get your foot down, you'll be exactly where you normally would be had you not moved. That's what you're trying to do. Remember that you got to step back. So the first move, let me show you. So your first move when you're here is you're gonna step back, and we're there. Got it? Keep your eyes on the hitting area, right? So don't let your eyes drift. So once you make contact, Don't let your eyes track the baseball because you don't need to see where it's going. Keep your eyes and head right here. All right, Russ, see that? Swing around. Swing around. So the whole key to this drill, you don't want that weight to leave this back hip once it gets there, right? So your weight, like if you think about it, if you think about how much you weigh, right? You can hit this baseball with the majority of your body weight behind this swing or less, right? So when you step back, that's getting you into the hip. The fact that you're taking a step back, that's getting your weight into this hip, right? So another way I explain it is like when you load, right? When we think about our load, it doesn't matter if I'm like a knee lift guy, the kind of guy like I do a knee lift and get my foot back down, or if I do a toe tap and get my foot back down, or if I just pick my heel up and put it back down. All three of those moves get my weight to shift back, right? So now once my weight shifts back, I don't want to let that weight shift. I don't want to lose it by letting my weight come back forward and getting out on my front foot, right? Because if you land on your front foot and your weight gets out over your front foot, you're going to be out in front. You're going to be easily fooled by like all speed pitches, right? At the same time, you don't want to get stuck or get caught on your back foot either, because now you're late and you're going to end up trying to create space to fight pitches off, even if it's on the outer part of the plate. So you want to try to get to a point where when you step back and you get into your load, my weight ends up back even where I'm right here. I'm 50-50. My weight is more so 50-50 than anything else. It might be slightly off, but I'd rather it be more centered than either getting caught on my back foot or my front foot, right? So that when I start to turn, I can comfortably get to this baseball and know that I can cover that pitch, right? So that's why it's important that when you go back, you don't let your weight drift forward too much and get caught on your front foot. So when you step back, know that the step back is putting the weight into your back leg. So now it's about controlling that as I'm getting my foot down now, as I'm getting to the ball of my foot, so that when I start to turn, I'm still holding that weight transfer. I'm still holding that power in my back hip. So when I get here, I'm holding this. I get my foot down, and I'm there. I'm holding that the whole time on the swing. It releases when I get through the hitting area and I'm finished with my swing completely. That's when I'm going to release it. So it's like hit the baseball first, hit through the baseball, hit through the entire hitting zone first, hit through the baseball, the pitcher, the center fielder, the center field wall. Once that job is done, then I run. You understand what I'm saying? Like a double is going to be a double, a single is going to be a single, a triple is going to be a triple, right? So cheating the swing and cutting off your body movement to try to get an extra base, it's not going to happen. It's about how fast does that field to get to the ball or other kind of stuff that we can't control. But like I said, a double is going to be a double, a triple is going to be a triple. So finish the swing first. Do one thing at a time. Complete the swing, get that done, then we run. All right. So when you do the step back, don't give up what you've earned. You got this. Hold it. Use it. Use all of it. All right. One more round. Same thing, right? Think, think slow and controlled, explode. Stay in line. Think straight line. Stay in line. Stay in line. Last one. Good. All right. So not bad. Like believe it or not, not bad. Like it's gonna take time. You know what I'm saying? Because you haven't you haven't thought about hitting this way, right? So this is new information that you're being given. So it's gonna take your body time to adjust to the information. So now, that being said, here's what I got for you. Your body will adapt to this information quicker the more you go home and work on it by yourself, right? If you just wait till you come see me, it's going to take a lot longer for you to get it, right? Because at the end of the day, all I'm really saying to you is we got to get you moving in a straight line. We got to get your move to be more linear than it is where we're like drifting off to the side, we're bailing out, the front hips not holding stability, and you're collapsing. We got to get you moving more this way, holding that, and then working through this way, right? Instead of getting you here, not really holding it, and then we're spinning, and the swing is working that way. That makes sense? So the more you refine that movement, the way you're moving, and you understand, hey, straight line, you get your mind to understand straight line. When we're striding and tracking the baseball so that by the time we get down, we're ready to go and respond, right? So the more you refine that motor skill, the quicker this will get, the quicker this will take, and you can get where you're trying to go faster. So this you'll only get where you're going as fast as you work. As hard as you work is as fast as you'll get where you're trying to go. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. So just understand it's not complicated. Think straight lines. Think straight lines. All right. Work.